Going on to how is everybody doing? How is everybody's week? My week has been not the best, but let's just hope and pray next week is better. So we're gonna talk about the difference between bid runs and extra board. Now, when you first start out in LTL, line haul, depending on where you are, most likely you're gonna start off doing extra board or running wild. And if you get a bid run, chances are it's not going to be like a very big run like the more senior guys, but let's go and talk about extra board now. This varies depending on where you are. um, Extra board, you basically will go wherever they need you to go. If they have extra freight that needs to go to that particular area, you'll go there. You might fill in for a bid driver, like if he's on vacation or he calls out, you'll cover that run. Now, like I said, depending on where you are, they might have you running that regional. You might do that locally. So let's just say, for instance, they have extra freight going to Jacksonville. Well, guess what? You'll go to Jacksonville. Or let's just say a driver has a bid run that goes from like Orlando to, let's just say, Atlanta. You'll cover that run. Keep in mind when you do extra board, depending on the company you are, you might do a laydown. Now, a laydown is basically where you'll go, you'll do your run, you'll stay in the hotel, and then you'll go home the following day. Um, Running wild, you'll expect, inconsistent miles. You might have some weeks where you run big miles, some weeks you might have one week where you're not. So just keep that in mind. Usually, when you run extra board, they usually tell you ahead of time of where you're going to go, or sometimes you might not know until you come into work. Like for me, I am extra board, so I don't know where I'm going until maybe an hour or two before it's time for me to dispatch out. So just keep that in mind when you do extra board. Now, let's go into bid runs. Now, bid runs, once you've built up enough seniority, um, you'll get a bid run. Now, it's always important that you pay attention to what you pick because some bid runs, you're home every night. Some bid runs, you are home every other night. Um, so make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Also, pay attention to the miles. Make sure you know that bid run has good miles because once you pick that run, you're on that run. And when it comes to bidding, most companies, they don't bid, they only bid maybe once a year, some maybe twice a year. So understand that your miles are going to stay the same. So if you have a bid run that's 2,500 miles, guess what? Every week you're going to get 2,500 miles. It's not going to change. Keep in mind too with the bid runs, depending on where you live in the country, like if you're in an area where it snows, so like for instance, if you live in like maybe Colorado, as y'all know, Colorado gets snow. So if that run gets canceled, guess what? You may not run. You may not run that night, or they might send you somewhere else. But like I said, it just depends on where you are. And also, depending on the company, if your run gets canceled, they could potentially put you on the dock. But like I said, it just depends on where you are. Um, as far as which one is better, it really just depends on you. It depends on your situation. If you're somebody that wants like inconsistent miles, then wow, it's for you. If you're somebody that doesn't want to go to the same place every single night. Like for instance, you may not want to drive from Tampa to, let's just say, Mobile every night. You might not want to do that every night. So if you want to go, to different places, like if you want to go like, maybe to the Midwest or the Southeast occasionally, then um, extra board might be for you. Now, going back to extra board, I know some companies, like for instance, my boy works at Old Dominion. They call him, he's always on call. So like they could call him during the day, they might call him during the night. So he really never knows where he's gonna go or when he's gonna go. Now, another thing, going back to extra board real quick, when they don't have freight, again, you may not run. They might put you on the dock. Again, it just depends on the company you're at. Like where I'm at, for instance, if they don't have any freight, guess what? I'll be on the dock. Um, So yeah, it just really just depends on you. So just recap real quick. Make sure you pay attention to the miles. Know if it's a lay down run, if it's a meet. If you don't know what a meet and turn is basically let's just say you're out of Tampa, and let's just say your meet driver is out of Atlanta. You'll meet at the halfway point, swap loads. So like I said, when it comes to bidding, it tells you all those things. So just make sure you pick the one that best fits you. Now, if you're extra boy, you can transition to a bid run, when one becomes available. Now, depending on where you are, it could be a while before you get a bid run. So don't expect to come into Linehaul and just get a bid run off the bat, because depending on where you are, most likely it won't happen. All right, y'all. So as I always tell y'all, thank you to all my day one subscribers. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Appreciate all you guys. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit thumbs up anyway. And as I always tell y'all, y'all take it easy. Stay safe.